welcome back to my channel. It's Shawntas Way here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how I transitioned from relaxed hair to natural hair. Transitioning is basically not cutting all your relaxed hair at once, so you're not doing like a big chop, getting rid of your hair all at once. You're cutting a little bit at a time. Okay, I first started to transition back in 2013. I've been natural since 2012, but I started to wear my curls and not straighten my hair in 2013. I personally didn't even know I was transitioning. What was getting to me was when I wanted to wear my hair curly, while it was like when I would straighten it, and then I would some days want to wear it curly, it would not do right. Like my curls would be all stringy. So I started to research online. I stopped straightening my hair because I was finding a lot of articles saying that straightening your hair would damage your hair, blah blah blah. So I decided to stop straightening my hair, and then I found the website naturallycurly.com. On that website, it told a lot about transitioning and big chop, and that's when I first found out about big chopping, transitioning, all of that. But I had no idea that I was transitioning when I first started transitioning. The first thing I did was I stopped, as I said, using heat. And of course you want to stop relaxing your hair. You want to stop doing things to your hair that is going to make your curls not be beautiful and not come to life. And relaxing your hair and straightening your hair as much as I was, which was like I pretty much straightened my hair whenever I could. And my hair was really damaged, so that would really damage your hair. So that's the first thing. You want to let go of the relaxers and the things that are gonna damage your hair. Another thing I did was I stopped using chemicalized products. So I switched out my products, not all at once. I first went to go get Shea Moisture's Reconstructive Conditioner. I found out about Shea Moisture, and I started with their Reconstructive Conditioner. For the first week or so of using only natural products, I only had that Shea Moisture Reconstructive Conditioner, and that was the only thing that I was putting in my hair, just because I was so frightened from the articles that I read, and I wasn't using the shampoos anymore because all my shampoos had sulfates in them. So that's what I did personally. I just was like, no more chemicalized products. So whenever I had a chance, I went out and bought some more products. But for the beginning, I started out with Shea Moisture's Reconstructive Conditioner. I still stand by that conditioner. It's really good for getting your hair back to health. Of course, you have to do a lot of other things, but that product in particular, I love that whole entire line, that whole entire brand, Shea Moisture. So you do want to get rid of products that are going to damage your hair, such as shampoos that have sulfates and conditioners that have silicones in them. So I guess those two go hand in hand as the number one things that I did. Number two, I found a protective style. So my goal with protective styling was to try to match my curl patterns. When you first start transitioning, your hair is going to look pretty crazy. Like you're going to have some straight pieces, curly hair, frizzy mess over here that won't even do anything but frizz up. It's just going to be very hard to work with. A lot of people don't give transitioning enough credit. You have to go out with your hair sometimes looking kind of crazy. A lot of people are gonna be like, why is that part, like, oh, I know for me, a lot of people are like, why is some of your hair straight and some of your hair curly? And it was just really frustrating for me because I wanted my hair all to be curly, but it was not. So wash and goes while transitioning are a no-no because it shows that your true texture. It also points out the bad in your hair. So when you're first transitioning, you have to find some transitioning styles. For me, my transitioning styles were braid outs, coils. I did twist outs also, but not many, because twist outs for me, they were really stringy. Like they weren't full. My hair's already not really full, so like the twist outs just didn't work for me. Braid outs would really bind my hair together and wouldn't show my straight ends as much. But the twist outs, after a few days, my straight ends will start showing for me. Just find out play with some protective styles, find out what works for you. A lot of people do wear wigs and weaves also. Wigs and weaves are an option. I prefer wigs because, like, I don't think that you should do anything that's going to be pulling on your hair a lot, so like sew-ins and things like that. I honestly don't think that those are the best protective styles, but like I said, you know your hair and you know what you want for your hair. So the third thing I did was I started to finger detangle. Because your hair is so fragile, when you're transitioning, finger detangling is probably the best way to go. You can use a wide tooth comb. Wide tooth combs don't pull out your hair as much as a regular comb, but finger detangling ensures that you're feeling your knots. Like when you get to a knot, you'll feel that and you can kind of work around the knots rather than just pulling your hair when it's already fragile. Just be gentle with your hair because you are dealing with two different textures. Fourth thing I did was I started to use cleansers. You have the option to use shampoos or not use shampoos. If you're going to use a shampoo, I recommend that you do Shea Moisture shampoos. I do use shampoos on my daughter's hair sometimes, and that's the only brand that I will use on her hair is the Shea Moisture's shampoo. For myself, I do the curly girl method, so I don't use shampoos. I only use cleansers and clarifiers. Some clarifiers that I use is apple cider vinegar, Dr. Bronner's magic soap, and I also do the bentonite clay sometimes on my hair, the Indian clay mask. Not often do I do that, but I do that sometimes. You do need to keep your hair moisturized. Realize that when you first go natural, from going from relaxed hair to natural hair, you're going to be kind of confused on the moisturizing tip, because when you're relaxed, you kind of do not want your hair to be, you would prefer for your hair to not have a whole lot of grease and oils in it. So, but that's not the case when you're natural. Your hair is naturally dry, so you do want to keep it moisturized with a lot of moisturizing products such as aloe vera juice. You can use oils, coconut oil, olive oil. When you're transitioning, like I said, you're gonna have those two different textures. So your dry hair is going to normally be the natural hair, and then the hair that's way too moist and just like stringy, a stringy mess, and is collecting way too much moisture is going to be the straight ends, the relaxed hair, the damaged hair. So my best suggestion for having dry hair and then the relaxed hair is to basically I don't recommend that you moisturize your hair daily with transitioning, because I didn't moisturize my hair daily when I was transitioning just because the straight ends would collect too much moisture. And of course we all know that your hair should not be way too moist, but I also made sure that I deep condition on a weekly basis. I feel like that this should have been at the top of my list, because that's how important it is. It should be in every regimen. Deep conditioning on the weekly basis is what's going to bring your hair back to life. It really helps. It's a staple in every hair routine. I feel like that everyone should be doing it. So I do deep condition still to this day, and when I was transitioning, weekly. The next thing I did was I treated my hair like it was my whole entire hair like it was natural. A lot of people do like special things for the relaxed hair and then do another thing for their natural hair. I didn't do that. I treated my whole entire hair like it was natural, mainly because I wanted to get a very good handle on my natural hair, because I knew that I was going to be sticking to this and my whole hair one day was going to be natural. So I did treat my relaxed hair as if it was natural, and I treated my whole entire hair like I was a full-blown natural. I would do the whole product. I would make sure that I put only natural products in my hair, and yeah, it just was something that I felt like that helped me a lot. And because I was so informed with natural hair while going through my transitioning process, now I'm not lost. I know exactly what to do. So when it comes to my hair. This is going to be the hardest part for transitioners, because we don't want to cut our hair. So basically, you're going to have to cut your hair. You're going to have to cut off the relaxed ends. Eventually this is going to happen. Now some people recommend that you trim your hair you know, on a schedule or whatever. I didn't do that. I just let my hair grow out to the length that I wanted it to be. Once I was comfortable with the length, I went to the Diva Curl Salon and I got my first curly girl cut. So it wasn't a thing where I was waiting a certain amount of time or anything like that. I was just watching my hair and seeing how long it was getting, and it got pretty long before I went to the hair salon and got it cut off, my damaged ends cut off. And also the reason why I didn't cut my hair so suddenly, because I wanted to basically make sure that I saved every single curl that could be saved. And then when I was getting to the hair that I knew for a fact could not be saved because it just was not doing anything, that hair that has been straight since the beginning of my process, then I've decided, I'm gonna go ahead and get it cut off. So I transitioned for a good 8 months before I even thought about getting it cut. Another thing that I did is once I started to transition, I didn't stop. I know a lot of people who start transitioning and then they see their hair and they're like, I cannot do this. I'm going back to being relaxed. My sister did that and I was so mad at her. But yeah, a lot of people do that. Don't do that. Once you start, don't stop. Like, you have come so far and you just do not need to stop. Don't go back to get relaxers because that's not going to do anything but damage your hair even more. Yeah. So which brings me to the last thing that I realized that I had to do, and that was play the waiting game. Transitioning, you are going to play the waiting game. No matter what you do, how many treatments you do, you're going to have to gain some patience because it's not going to happen overnight. Now, there's no vitamins or hair gels or hair products that's going to make your hair voila. And this is just a tip for transitioners. This is something that I wish that I probably would have heard when I was transitioning, because there was a lot of times where I got discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of people don't give transitioners the credit that they need. It's like, oh, you didn't big chop, so you know, you don't know the struggle. That's so not true. Just don't let people get you off track. Don't let people get you off track with their comments about your hair. Your hair will get there. No one's hair is perfect, and you actually don't know how your hair is going to be and how beautiful it's going to be until you fully transition. So don't try to find out how your hair is going to look while you're transitioning, because that's not your natural texture, and you know, you don't know what your curls look like until you cut off your ends and then your hair starts like curling up and you're gonna be like, yes, this is what I was waiting for. So it took me a long time to realize that, because I thought for the longest that I was gonna be like type 1 hair. Like, my hair was so stringy, but the reality of it was my hair was being weighted down by the damaged hair. So my curls were not brought to life yet, so I didn't know what my hair was at that point. So don't try to figure out your hair type. Don't think that just because you're transitioning you know what your hair is going to look like, because not necessarily. I wish you all the luck that I can give you. This is going to be a really good process, so please don't give up. I hope this video helped someone out there, and like I said, good luck on your journey, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.